Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. We're off to Poland in this one, and this is one of the beers that my wife actually got me from the airport from one of the shops in Poland. 3 beers. I think they come in at about 14 quid for the 3 or something, so about £3.50 each. Would that be it? £4.50 each, maybe, is it? £4, maybe £4.50 each, so a little bit more expensive, but it's craft beer from Poland, and it was in a nice little gift pack. Now, I can't pronounce the brewery. I will have a go at slaughtering the name of it, but the beer is a wheat beer, and it's from Browar, Gorniczo-hutniczy. There we go, see, right, there we go, Browar, there we go, Gorniczo-hutniczy or something, and can't pronounce that, but that is a wheat beer. It's a 500ml bottle, and this is coming in at 5.5% ABV. It's got lots of awards: 2022 Iberian Awards Gold, Good Beer 2020. There we go. If you want to try and zoom in on that and see that. But yeah, a wheat beer from a brewery I've never heard of. Craft beer. There's some info on the back. Most of it is in Polish. And as you can see, that thing says wheat beer. It does tell you the hops and that Magnum hops in it or something else, I don't know. There we go. There we go. If you want to have a look, have a look. So it's nice and chilled, just come out the fridge. Had nothing from them before. Let me just show you the crown as well. There's the crown. Quite cool. So yeah, let's get it cracked open, nice and chilled. Like I say, I don't have one of these brewery glasses, but I do have a nice wheat beer glass, so we're going to whack it in there. It does say wheat beer, I think it says on the back, but it says weizen on the back, so wheat beer, weizen, whatever. Let's get it cracked open, see what we get. Plenty of fizz and pop on the opening. Jesus, it's a lively one, but I've been launching it around. That is one lively motherfucker. Excuse my French. So at some point we might get some beer out of that, so probably for the next 10 minutes I'm going to pause the video and we'll come back. That was dying to get out, obviously. In fact, bugger it, we'll let that just keep settling, and I'll just pour the rest in another glass. Blimey, proper lively, proper lively. Oh God, I'll never get a bloody beer out of this way we're going. And that's not going to help, is it? I've got a nucleate bottom in this, and the carbonation is absolutely going flipping nuts. So I don't know really what to do. What should I do? I don't know. I'm running out of glasses here. It's all got a bit peaked on. Let's try this one, shall we? Right. Stefano one. We'll go with that. We'll go with the Stefano glass. I'm running out of glasses here. Jesus Christ. What the fucking hell? We got air on there. Good God. Disaster show. Disaster show. Jesus. Well carbonated this is. Well and truly carbonated. Being proper gentle with this pour. Good looking beer though, it's got to be said, if a little lively. Hazing up an awful lot there, yeah, look at that. Look at that cloud of sediment in the bottom there. That looks awesome. There we go. We finally got the last bit out. And look at that. Look at the cloudiness of that compared to that. Right, I'm going to let them two sort of die off a bit. But beer in a glass. It's a murky weizen kind of looking beer. Should we try and get some in there? Let's try and get a pint. This is a complete disaster show. I do apologise. We will get there. We will get there. To be fair, a weizen should have a nice big head. And that is certainly something we're getting from this. And I'm getting an aroma off this. Again, a little bit of a sort of pinter brew aroma off that. Look at the difference in that one and that one. Massive difference. So yeah, beer in a glass. A nice big compact fluffy head. Very, very hazy. There is a bit of carbonation shooting up the side of this glass. And it's sort of like caramel in colour, you could say. But yeah, looks good. Looks like a weizen. So I'm going to take the chance of giving it a swirl, get my nose in there, and we shall have a sniff. Oh, that's nice. Oh yeah, bubblegum. That sort of wheaty, sweet, bubblegum sort of note in it. Definitely get that herbaceous thing going on, the sort of coriander stuff. Herbal. Yeah, smells decent. So before this head gets any bigger, which I'm sure it will, in fact, we shall pour some of that in there. We'll get it looking better at some point. There we go. Get a nice big head on that. I'll get a flake with that in a minute. Right, let's dive in. Browar Gorniczo-hutniczy. I don't know. Weizen wheat beer, first beer from them, 5.5%. Let's give her a go, but it looks cracking, doesn't it? Cheers. Wow. Full of flavour, absolute full of flavour. I'm going to say the body feels a little bit light, if I'm going to be brutally honest, but full of flavour. So let's go in again. Yeah, body, not the heaviest, I'll be honest. That said, I do think it would fill you up if you had a couple of these, 2-3 of these. Carbonation is there when it hits your mouth, but it's instantly gone. I'm not sure if it's a little burp there. I was going to say, I'm not sure if it's going to be one of them that really fills you up with gas, but it well could be. Yeah, the carbonation is busy. It is there. Maybe this is one that is just, I know weizens are quite well carbonated beers, but whether this one is slightly over carbonated, something's happened, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I was going to say it maybe doesn't ruin the mouthfeel, the carbonation, but it is quite busy in the mouth. That said, I'm not going to say it really ruins it, but it's certainly spiky on the palate. Now, what I definitely get in this, which I don't normally pick up in a weizen, is that hoppiness with a weizen. That's not something I normally pick up on, but I definitely get the magnum in this. You definitely pick that up. It's very wheaty, sweet, not sickly sweet, but got that slight sweetness. Definitely got the coriander thing going on. Gentle bitterness, sort of on the back end from the hops. It reminds me a little bit of Edelweiss that you can get on the blade, which is there. That machine there, that little silver one, that's an Austrian wheat beer. Very much got that feel. It's sort of in between wheat beer, wit beer. It's sort of got the lightness of a wit beer to a certain extent. Pardon me, and the carbonation will catch up with you. But with them bolder flavours of like a German weizen. It's almost in between sort of Belgian wit beer, German weizen. So you get a bit of both in this. But it's a decent drop. It's a decent drop, it's got to be said. It definitely gives you all the notes that you expect from it. I would like a bit more, I would say, sweetness in it. A little bit more of that sort of bubblegum note that you sometimes get with the weizens. This seems to have a little bit more bitterness to it. You're picking up that bitterness more from the hops. Now I know some weizens anyway, wheat beers, you do get that sort of bitterness, but that's normally balanced out with a bit more sweetness. I think this is just lacking a touch of sweetness, but it's a very decent beer. Slightly spiky on the carbonation, as we found out, but other than that, it's pretty decent. And it's definitely worth trying. £4 something, what did I say, about £4.50 was it, from an airport in a little box set. I can live with that for a 500ml bottle. Decent drop. Is it one, I think if you like your wheat beers, your wit beers, I think you would like that. I don't think it would be up there with some of the best ones you've ever had, but yeah, it's a decent drop, and I'm glad me missus got it actually, because it's interesting to try these different beers. So I'm going to end it there. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the brewery, but there we go. If you look at that label at the top, Bravo, I am going to try. No, I'm not going to try. There we go. And their wit beer weizen, 5.5%, decent drop. Would I recommend people trying it? Yes. Don't expect it to be the best wheat beer weizen that you've ever had, but it's certainly a decent drop at that. It's got to be said, definitely a decent drop. And be aware, if you happen to pick up the bottles, it might be slightly carbonated, to say the least. Thank you all for watching. 12 minutes in, sorry for being so long, and I will see you again soon on another beer review. Cheers.